Alright, so welcome back, guys. We finally got these two scientists out of the way here, so we're ready to go into the Valor Lakefront.
I'm pretty sure the reason that they're not there anymore is because, oh my god, big explosion, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, we didn't find out what that explosion was yet, right? It's just everything shook.
Yeah, but we're about to find out. And we are not effing around.
Wait, I just want to check really quick. So this is Valor Lakefront.
Yeah, Valor Lakefront and Lake Valor
this
are
is
different.
Lake Valor.
Yes, so we can catch something here if we want to.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk to me.
Yeah, I was going to say. Next stop, Lake Verity. The closest thing to civilization out there is that hick town Twinleaf. We can roll in there completely unopposed.
Hey, I come from that hick town.
Yeah, okay.
I remember this from the original version, the, magic harp.
Just flopping
around, as they are wont to do.
Alright, so yeah, we do have some encounters here. Only 3 from what I can tell. So this should be a Glamio and a Krogunk coming at us.
Okay. Yeah, this section isn't a huge undertaking.
No, it's not. Our main challenge is going to be once we actually enter the cave. But we'll tackle that when we get to it. So, how's it going, man? It's been hasn't been that long.
It's only been a week, but it feels longer for some reason, yeah.
Quite frankly, this week overall just felt really bloated with a lot. For those of you who might be curious, yes, elections happened recently, and work at my end has been a nightmare.
I'm sure there's been lots of news.
Oh my gosh. There was lots of news, lots of opinions being thrown around, lots of coverage, because here's the thing about my job. We actually cover the election results live.
Yeah.
So, we're constantly updating, constantly keeping track of everything.
Gotta change the tickers and the visual form.
And it was a nightmare. I do not like election season at work because it is just so... it is so just tedious.
Yeah. I've been thinking of training up Yar more for the Iron Islands.
Okay, be careful there. That Sucker Punch will kill him. If you are not careful.
Do you think it'll be a kill?
I don't know if it'll be a kill, but Sucker Punch is pretty hard. Hits pretty hard from Krogunk, and Yar's weak to it, and his defenses are paper. Here's the thing, though: Confuse Ray and Hypnosis.
You're right.
Confuse Ray and Hypnosis will
not attack, so Sucker Punch won't work.
Exactly.
Oh, you're so right. That's so smart.
Mm-hmm. That's Sucker Punch for you. Sucker Punch is a really good clutch move, but against status moves, useless.
Because
I would confuse Ray first.
He's not gonna. Well, he can't. I'm faster, so he doesn't have an opportunity to wake up.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
I thought even if you're asleep, you can still try and proc Sucker Punch.
I don't think the sleep will proc until it's your turn in this case, even if you're using a priority.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, because, when using priority moves, it takes that into account, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If you used extreme speed while you were asleep,
yeah, you would still go first. So, with Sucker Punch is a unique situation, but it's
still... you don't get the priority if you're not using the move, and you're not using the move if you're asleep.
Exactly.
So you don't get the advantage of priority.
Here's the thing, though. Once you use it on a... Once you're using it on a move that is... that can apply to it, I think priority then applies there.
Huh.
It's treated as a priority move if it applies. It's weird.
I feel like that...
Sucker Punch is a unique move.
I feel like that lady in the meme with, the triangles floating around her head.
Yeah, kinda.
Which, the ironic thing is I completely understand all of the math in that meme.
Yeah, that's right, you do, because you're an you studied engineering and whatnot.
Well, and a lot of times when people use variations of that meme, they're just showing, a triangle and Pythagorean theorem, and that's pretty easy, guys. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yes, thank you.
Oh, beautiful!
Yep, goodbye, bulldoze.
Hello, Earthquake.
Yeah, I almost considered waiting to evolve Darmani from Graveler so that we got Earthquake earlier. Earlier it would have been at 34.
Okay, this guy does have Revenge. And it also runs Sucker Punch, so do with that what you will. I think Yar will do just fine as long as you Hypnosis and Confuse Ray first.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same strategy.
Yeah. Again, I'd be careful using a Psychic move, even if it's asleep, because for all we know, it could apply.
Okay, so maybe we'll do Confuse Ray and Hypnosis.
Yeah, I say Confuse Ray first, because without Sucker Punch, it can't really do much to you. It only has Toxic and Venoshock. And Revenge is useless against you.
Wait, does it not know... Does it not know Sucker Punch?
No, what I'm saying is, like, as long as you don't attack, it also has Sucker Punch. But other than that, Revenge is useless, and it only has Venoshock and Toxic, which are not effective, again, not too effective against Yar. In fact, if I recall correctly, he can't be Toxic.
Yeah, poison Pokemon can't be poisoned unless you have the ability Corrosion. So, like, that's what's special about Salazzle.
Yeah, I really like Salazzle as a Pokemon. Like, that's a really neat idea.
Yeah.
That's why, like, obviously that's playing more with the, like, you know, that's playing more with the, like, combining fire and poison.
Yeah. And,
like, that's really cool to me. But I do think we need more acid Pokemon. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I know, Muck, I know Galarian Muck is a thing. Or not Galarian, like, Alolan Muck is a thing.
Muck, yeah.
But that's more, like, you know, natural toxin type thing, rather than acid.
That's sludge.
Yeah. Yeah, I really would like more acid Pokemon.
Let's check what all is out here.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much you can grab here. Maybe there's some treasures you can get from the dowsing machine, but you got me on that one.
Yeah. So,
alright, this guy's got another, Krogunk on his team. You can do the same thing. Keep in mind, however, this Krogunk has Taunt.
Okay.
So that's obviously like a thing to try and proc Sucker Punch.
I think I'm gonna go a different direction with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Nishiki. There's not much I can do against Nishiki. Even if it does pull off a Sucker Punch, it's not gonna do much against this guy.
Yeah.
Especially with that. Intimidate is such a good ability, man.
So, yeah, sorry my uploads have been a little bit more sparse lately. I've just been kind of taking some time to relax.
Yeah,
plus after all the Steam Sember editing and...
Plus, you're currently going in a bit of a job transition right now, aren't you?
Yep. My first day officially with the new promotion is tomorrow, so...
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I put in for a management position, and I got it. So, there are kind of some questions on how much I'm going to be able to do on this channel in the future.
Yeah.
Because this is just going to kind of require more of my brain power. But, like, certainly not enough that I'm, like, going away entirely. I'm just, like trying to feel out the difference here.
Yeah, like, it's definitely going to be a situation where it's like, oh, how am I, like, how is managing this and managing my new position going to play out?
Yeah, that's, like, what I'm a little bit worried about, but I don't want to alarm anybody.
Yeah, nah, he's not going anywhere, especially if I had anything to say about it.
Yeah. Well, and I took some stock and I decided, you know, the first priority for me still, I think, would be, what I do for the Green Scorpion channel.
Yeah. And
writing and stuff like that, because that has, you know, the biggest audience, and that's, like, what I would want to affect the least.
And I am grateful about that. Okay, so, I suggest healing up any small bit you have at this point, because we are going up against a galactic leader here.
Okay, what's this one start with?
Kadabra.
Kadabra.
So Nishiki would be good with.
What about
Kazumi would also be good. I'm looking at its moveset. It doesn't really have anything that can really do anything against Kazumi. Especially because Kazumi would also be decent against what's coming up as well, assuming. Well, we'll get into it. Who voiced Saturn?
I think this is the first time we've met Saturn. The mission is proceeding without a hitch. The boss should be pleased. Everything is for everyone and for the good of Team Galactic.
Hi.
I recognize your face. You're the child who raided the Team Galactic building in Eterna City. Huh. Jupiter should be ashamed of herself, being beaten by a child like that. But anything and anyone that opposes Team Galactic must be crushed. Even the very thought of opposition will not be tolerated.
Yeah, well, be prepared to tolerate it. Alright. We got, Galactic Commander Saturn here.
Here, little devil horns.
I mean, this is nothing new when it comes to crazy hairstyles in Pokemon. Alright, so Kadabra, Inner Focus, level 35, Kinesis, Reflect, Psychic, Rain Dance. So, a really support-based move, and its only attacking move can't even affect you.
Yeah.
So, you got this. Hey, there you go. It's withdrawing. See, that's smart. Yep,
Yeah.
it's going to Toxicroak. Toxicroak, level 37, Dry Skin, Mud Slap, Revenge, Toxic, and Thief.
Yeah, that was a bad switch for me. Sorry, can I get that attack said again?
Mud Slap, Revenge, Toxic, and Thief. So, Mud Slap will do some damage to you. Revenge will do some damage to you. I'd be careful here as well, because if you switch into Yar, Thief is a thing.
Yeah, not gonna switch into Yar. I guess...
Lara L? No, actually, yeah. The only poison move it has is toxic.
Yeah,
everything
so
else is not very effective
Lara
against
L
Lara
can get
L.
poisoned, but nothing super effective.
Yeah, so I think that's our best bet here. Especially because if I recall correctly, Lara L, does she have a psychic move?
No.
Alright, there's a toxic. No big deal. We are gonna have to switch her out, like, soon, though.
Yeah, because that is gonna keep building.
Yeah, so you can either go for, like, Thunderbolt to get the damage in immediately, or you can go for Sweet Kiss to confuse it.
I'm gonna go with Thunderbolt.
Yeah, let's see how much damage it does.
Dazzling Gleam would also do neutral. They're gonna do about the same damage, but I'm hoping for a paralysis. Not very effective.
Alright, we gotta be careful here, actually. Because that poison's gonna build up.
Yeah.
I say we switch out.
Yeah, that could go pretty bad, so we're gonna switch to Nishiki, I think.
I think Nishiki's a good choice. Yeah, even, like, Thief and Revenge are not gonna... Thief is gonna be neutral, Revenge is, like, not very effective. Mud Slap is useless. That's good. Intimidate also, like, applies here.
Yeah.
Yep, and Revenge is not gonna do much.
Especially because I didn't hit it this turn. So.
Exactly. Alright, so you should be able to take it out with Waterfall. Maybe not take it out, but it'll get close.
I'm gonna be a little shit here.
Oh, you're going Dragon Dance!
I'm gonna set up.
Why not, right? Keep in mind, he's probably gonna Toxic you.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, there it is.
I deserve that, but... Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, hey, if it works, especially because, like, it might set you up for what's coming up next. Alright, so Waterfall should take it out, especially with that Dragon Dance setup.
Yeah. He also didn't...
Dry Skin!
Oh my gosh!
I forgot about that.
Oh, this is problematic.
No, go for Crunch!
Okay, it's gonna be resistant against Crunch, but...
It's damage.
Yeah,
especially because if you can get its defenses down.
Yeah, I Dragon Dance, so my attack is up.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Perfect. Oh, Determination, like, wore off the Toxic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually nice. I love how your Pokemon can love you so much that it literally becomes an antidote.
Yeah. Huh. Love is the best medicine.
Alright, not bad. You should be able to take it out with one more.
Oh,
look at
off the poison
that!
again.
Nishiki!
Nishiki!
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that Toxicroak is a little bit of a threat, but we got it.
You got me with that Dry Skin.
Yeah, I even mentioned Dry Skin. We just completely forgot about it.
It went right in one ear and out the other.
My god. Still, good stuff with Nishiki. Okay, Kadabra. Again, with that Dragon Dance setup, you should be able to one-shot it with Crunch.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think I would outspeed it anyway, but with Dragon Dance, I definitely outspeed it.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. Alright, and then we have this last one. Yo, Kazumi getting up there. Bronzor. Bronzor, level 35, levitated its ability, Confuse Ray, Payback, Gyro Ball, Extra Sensory.
I think I just want to hit Crunch again.
I think Crunch will do just fine.
Get out of town, Saturn.
Hey, Nishiki!
Determination's kind of broken.
It is. It really is.
People saying, like, oh, you should be able to turn experience share off. You should be able to turn Pokemon friendship off. That's the real game breaker. You, my friend, are tough. I can see why you defy us so.
At least he's a good sport about it.
He is a good sport. Ah, even I, a commander, only managed to buy us time. But that's fine. A child like you will never be able to stem the flow of time. Team Galactic will get the 3 legendary Pokemon of the lakes. With their power, we will create an entirely new universe. By now, Mars should have captured the Pokemon of Lake Verity.
Oh, and there he goes. So yeah, the Pokemon is no longer here.
Okay. I always had trouble keeping the Plasma admins separate in my mind.
Yeah, they kind of blend together, unfortunately. Alright, so we're not going to be able to catch anything here, but once the lake fills up again, we will be able to come back here for a Pokemon capture.
Okay.
And I believe that's after we settle the situation with Team
I'm walking over here because I think it's funny.
Yeah, all these Magikarp just over here, like just schooling.
There's a really good Twitter page I recommend called You Can't Go This Way.
Yeah.
And it's just a collection of things like that from different video games of like how paths get blocked off.
Oh, like the Psyduck getting a headache?
Yeah, that like I think that's been on there before. Or
it has to be.
In Black and White 2, there's a part where they're like where there's people like, we're standing here for no reason. Someday we'll move for no reason.
You can't do a page like that without mentioning Snorlax.
Yeah. And it's not even all Pokemon, but like, yeah,
just like so many like you can't pass.
Yeah. Cloud in FF7 remake going bad idea.
Oh yeah. I think like one example that immediately comes to my head is Majora's Mask, where like when you're the Deku Scrub, the guard is like, no,
Yeah.
You are not getting past here. You don't have a sword. Don't even think about it.
I realized, why am I walking?
What are some other good examples of that? I mean, besides like the obvious like invisible walls and stuff.
Yeah, there's a fish that eats you in Ratchet and Clank if you like swim out too far.
Oh yeah. This is I think it's been long enough that like, and this is not really much of a spoiler, but Bayonetta 3 kind of has an example of that in the Clouds of Erasure.
I haven't gotten to Bayo 3 yet.
Yeah, like that. Me saying that is probably not going to matter much to anyone who hasn't played it, so take that for what you will. Yeah, I think you got to go down. Because you're aiming for
Iron Island.
Iron Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down that way. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to talk to that guy.
Do you want to set sail? Aye, aye, anchors away.
Alright, I probably should bring up the Iron Island.
So, by the way, we are recording this on November 13th, which means we are just 5 days away from Generation 9.
Yeah. Have you been feeling about the recent updates? Because there's a lot that they've been revealing lately, and a lot that has been leaked.
You know, around the time that, like, this game originally came out, and, like, more so the DLC for Sword and Shield came out, I was feeling kind of burnt out on Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I, like, have it back now, though. I'm, like, ready for more Pokemon. I'm back into a, like, very Pokemon mood.
That's good.
Did I heal? Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. Especially because, like, a lot of, like, what we've been seeing from Generation 9 has had a lot of people excited, so I'm looking forward to this. Alright, so here we are in this cave, and there's not a lot of, like, major encounters here that we necessarily need to.
So here's the thing. Gravelers have a tendency to run self-destruct.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is why I have Yar in front.
That's a good call, actually.
But Yar's not going to be optimal for taking these guys out.
Yeah, especially because we don't have, like, levitate.
Yeah. So, like...
Yeah, because of the earthquake. Do you want to just run?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it might be better just to run from Gravelers.
Yeah.
Like, we might be missing out on some experience, but I'd rather nip that situation in the bud than try to thread that needle.
Yeah, I like the camp, so what? Let's battle. I love youngsters.
Okay, sure. So here we have Camper Lawrence. I gotta look up what these people have.
He has a Luxio.
That he does. Oh yeah, here it is, Camper Lawrence. So yeah, he's got a Luxio, and he's gonna be running a Stunky as well.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing really here. Honestly, like, if you switch to, yeah, Darmani, there will be nothing this Luxio can do to you.
So yeah, I think Scarlet and Violet is looking pretty good. I'm excited because Allie's getting, like, back into the mood of playing Pokemon,
yeah,
too, so we might do that. I get Scarlet and she gets Violet.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm grabbing Scarlet myself, if only because I really, really like the Legendary.
I like the Legendary more, and one of the last things they showed, guys, Donphan's like my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah!
And now it looks like branched evolution based on what version of the game you get.
That's actually really cool. I like that.
I think that's what they're telling us.
From what I can tell, it looks like one of them is going to be like a juggernaut, like, attacker with the huge horns.
Yeah.
The other one has, like, a harder shell, so I imagine, like, that's going to be like a tank.
Yeah, I think it's like because Scarlet seems to have stuff more based on, like, the past, and Violet more on the future.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, is very smart, because Scarlet Red is the beginning of the light spectrum, and Violet Purple is the end of it.
Yeah.
So, like,
No,
you're clever, Game Freak. You're clever.
I think I remember Loxton actually mentioning that when he was looking at the early footage of the game.
Oh, cool. Great minds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, I go to Loxton anytime here's another thing that you could do. If you put Darmani up front, even if they explode, that's not gonna do much to Darmani. And Sturdy.
That's true.
So, like, I actually recommend, like, if you want to, like, get something out of these Graveler, or just, like, you know, in case things don't go well, yeah, just have Darmani up front.
Yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, I understand the idea with Yar, but it's like, you know, Darmani's not going to die to an explosion.
Yeah.
Even if it did do, like, 100% of his health, Sturdy.
Yeah.
He will survive.
And he'll take out Golbat really easily, too.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think Darmani's our main guy to go here.
Okay.
Especially because, again, high defense, high health type of Pokemon, which will also help us in what's coming up soon in the Iron Island. Speaking of, there's not really much here in the Iron Island that, like, we have not encountered yet. So for all intents and purposes, we can catch whatever we want in here.
Yeah.
Because, like, I am not seeing any new encounters here, except for, like...
Yeah, I think it's Golbat, Graveler, Onix, Steelix.
Yeah, and there are surfing Pokemon in the form of, like, Tentacool and Wingull when you find a spot to surf. You have only the old rod, right?
No, I have the good rod.
Yeah, the good rod. So, like, another opportunity is Finian, which...
Oh, we don't have Finian yet.
Oh, okay. So I guess kind of, like, in terms of the rules there, we probably have to get Finian.
No, we can catch a dupe whenever we want.
True.
If we see Finian, that becomes our first encounter of the area, and we have to catch it.
Yeah, which we're not going to do accidentally, because, like, you need to fish for Finian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Finian's necessarily a Pokemon that we necessarily want anyway. Like, I think it's a pretty Pokemon, don't get me wrong. Like, I like Finian and Luminian purely based on design. Other than that, it's a fish Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I believe it or not, I'd sooner have Seeking.
Oh, me too, yeah.
If only because Goldeen and Seeking are, like, classics.
Oh, speaking of, classics.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the latest episode of the anime?
Dude.
Oh boy.
Dude.
Spoilers for Pokemon Journeys.
Yeah,
guys,
so major spoilers to Pokemon Journeys coming up, just so you guys know. But anyone who's like into Pokemon probably already knows because it's been all over the place.
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Ash.
25 years later, still 10 years old, but now a world champion.
Yeah, dude. Like, I imagine, like, he's got to be a teenager at this point, at the very least. Like, come on.
That Ash's age is a don't think about it thing. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
But even then, like, I look at like his like physicality and his demeanor and everything. The dude's at least like somewhere in like his 16 or 17 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand Japan has a thing where it's like, oh, the kids have all the fun and everything, but I'm sorry, like, you're not going to be a 10-year-old going up against champions like this and performing that well, no matter who you are.
I mean, that is kind of what you do in the games.
I understand that, but like, suspension of disbelief, but at this point, I'm willing to convince myself that Ash is like at least a teenager.
Yeah, I'm just like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Especially because, like, okay, I'm just gonna say right now, the best battles in that whole tournament were definitely Ash versus Cynthia and Ash versus Leon. Like, holy smoke.
Yeah, Ash versus Steven was a little disappointing to me.
I agree.
Sorry, thinking about what I wanted.
No, who do you got here?
It's a Cherim, so I'm gonna...
Oh, yeah, Cherim will spell disaster for Darmani.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kazumi's good. I think we can get her a little bit more action.
Yeah, so what else? Cynthia versus...
Yeah, what was the other... Who else did Cynthia...
Oh, Cynthia fought Iris, which was a pretty
That was a good
fight.
one, too, actually. Like, I actually really liked the whole thing between her and Haxorus.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, like, Haxorus fought its heart out against Garchomp.
Yeah, Diantha versus Lance was pretty good, too.
It was, actually. It was. But then Diantha got, like, shafted against Leon.
The thing about it was they didn't really show that fight much.
Yeah,
it was
like,
in the background of that episode.
Yeah, that episode was more kind of develop Cynthia, which, you know, I can understand why they did that because Pokemon knows that, like, the fans absolutely adore Cynthia.
And it's like, we know Leon's gonna beat Ash's opponent in the end. Like, he's not gonna lose to Diantha. Sorry, Diantha.
I will say this, like, if you want to be careful against Gravelers, make sure Darmani's at full health at all times.
Yeah, you're right.
I still don't think an explosion or a self-destruct is going to kill him, but better safe than sorry. Man, if only we had a Rock Steel or something.
Yeah. I mean, we have an Onyx, but we would have to get a Metal Toad and train it, and...
Yeah. No thank you.
We can catch a Steelix here.
We could, but again, like, Steelix is an odd situation.
I mean, my thing is I don't really need any of the Pokemon that are here right now. None of them are really exciting to me right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I got Darmani. That's all I really need.
This guy is.
This guy I think is cool.
You are? Okay. Yo, Comic. I'm Riley. I'm a trainer, and yes, it is a bit odd that I would be training here. If you'd like, we could team up. The wild Pokemon here are restless. Okay, and there we go. We have Riley on our team, which means that, like, we're gonna be encountering double battles now.
Yep.
Which, again, as long as we have Darmani up front, we're fine.
Here's the thing, though. Darmani's main mode of attack is Earthquake.
True.
And that's going to... So, I think I'm going to ease off Darmani and put in Gregorio.
Laura L would not be a bad choice either because she has Dazzling Gleam.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna start with Laura L then, actually, but...
Yeah, because Laura L will also be able to, like, take whatever comes at her.
The other thing is I don't want to over-level Darmani because the next gym is Candace, which caps out at 42, I think.
That's fair. That is very fair.
So yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a double battle there, so, like... No, they both propped.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did that on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well show it off a little bit. You guys are a little bit in our face here.
Yeah, hikers are so funny to me.
I like them. Alright, so 2 hikers. We got Graveler and a Zubat. Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, Riley with his Lucario. So the interesting thing about that is,
Thunderbolt on, Zubat? We can let Lucario handle Graveler.
Yeah, okay. Or...
Oh, Jesus!
Okay, well, my Thunderbolt's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I probably should have just gone with Dazzling Gleam. Hey!
Oh, good dodge, Laurel.
Yeah, maybe just go with Dazzling Gleam then. Like, it's not gonna be super effective against Golbat, but, like, we have 10 levels on these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
So, Riley, I think, was used as inspiration for a character that appears in one of the movies, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I don't know which character was designed first, but what's interesting is the movie version ended up being kind of the anime version of the character Riley, except then the character of Riley also appeared in the anime as himself.
Interesting.
Just kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Riley, admittedly. Like, my only encounter with him is this whole spiel in the Iron Island.
He's just a cool design. He's got
He is a cool design. Like, he's got the suit, he's got the hat, he's got like the asymmetrical hair.
In one of the movies, there's a character who dresses like him that also has a Lucario.
Ah, okay. I kind of appreciate how much of like an influence, like, I don't think Lucario was originally intended to be such a special Pokemon, because it's not a legendary, it's not a mythic, it's not like some sort of special event Pokemon. Yeah. It's just another Pokemon that, like, among the roster, but it became so unbelievably popular.
He was one of the first Gen 4 Pokemon unveiled. Like, he started appearing in, like, spin-offs and stuff before Gen 4 officially started. Yeah, I'm gonna heal that Lucario work.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, speaking of Lucario, like, that actually is, like, going back to the Pokemon Journeys thing. I'm pretty sure part of the reason that Ash was able to win this is because he had a stacked team.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool team he had.
Like, obviously, like, the Pikachu was, like, you know, he's had Pikachu for God knows how long, like, since his very beginning.
Yeah.
So that Pikachu is probably, like, stacked to heck.
I like how this whole last episode of the fight was just Ash and Pikachu.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
The rest of his team was already gone.
Like, that's the thing, though, like, they all put in work. Like, let's go down, like, let's go down Ash's team for, like, this last stretch of his journey.
Okay.
So, Gengar. Like, it's about time.
Yeah, Gengar's a lot of fun.
It's about time he ran a Gengar. And I like the story that they had with this Gengar specifically. Because it's like, yeah, it was a distrusting Pokemon that kind of had to, like, learn to trust again, and Ash gave him that opportunity.
Yeah,
it certainly wasn't smooth.
Which is a tried and true angle for Ash Pokemon storylines.
Absolutely.
Like Charmander and Chimchar and Dragonite.
Yeah, obviously, like, and a very sweet Dragonite, too. Like, that Dragonite is, like, the cutest little teddy bear ever.
Which, yeah, foils a lot with, Iris's Dragonite, who's,
like, very
scary.
battle-hardened, very, like, you know, serious, very, what's it called? Just generally, like...
Yeah.
Unsocial. I like the fact that even after the whole, like, you know, arc with Iris in Generation 5, like, the Dragonite is still, like, an asshole, but he's like, you know, learned to trust a little bit more, but not by much. Like, he's just, yeah, I get it. Like, I understand this is important. I understand, like, I will adhere to this. Doesn't mean I like everyone.
Yeah.
So, like, he's...
Iris's Dragonite was kind of like early Ash's Charizard.
Kind of. Which is also really, really cool, because I remember in Generation 5, too, like, they had that thing between Dragonite and Charizard.
Yeah, they have a rivalry.
Yeah, which was really, really cool to watch, honestly. It was really cool to see Ash's Charizard back like that. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, speaking of Dragon types, freaking, Dracovish. Like, that's just, like...
Yeah, that's a cool Pokemon.
Even by, non-casual standards, Dracovish is overpowered. Like, that thing is a monster.
Yeah, Dracovish is fun in the meta right now.
Like, Vicious Rend is, like, such a good move, and its stat spread is just amazing for competitive play. So, yeah, Dracovish was basically Ash's victory bell.
Yeah.
Always jumping on his head. So, there was that.
Sirfetch.
Sirfetch is great.
Sirfetch got a training arc.
Yeah, Sirfetch got a training arc with Gallade, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And, like...
Sirfetch was kind of, like, one of the Ash's weaker Pokemon for most of this season, but in this last fight, he was really cool.
He was really good, and even before that, like, maybe he didn't, like, contribute as much as the other Pokemon, but I'm sorry.
He wasn't garbage or anything.
He was not, because I'm sorry, that moment where he just froze in place after, like, doing this last hurrah kamikaze, attack against, I forget who it was. I think it was against Cynthia's, Garchomp. Like, Garchomp just barely stays up, and then you just see, like, Sirfetch just standing there, eyes wide, and he's out, but he's fainted, but gosh, that was such a badass moment. And then, obviously, Lucario. And Mega Lucario is just amazing.
Yeah,
I actually am surprised we didn't see as much Mega Lucario as we would have expected.
He wasn't in the Leon fight very much, because his big moment was during the Cynthia fight.
Yeah.
That was, like, the Lucario's, and this one was Pikachu's.
Yeah, because, like, Lucario basically did the last hurrah against Garchomp.
Yeah.
And that was a badass fight, man.
I do think, Ash's victory over Leon still has an asterisk over it, because Leon let him use a Z move and Dynamax and Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
Which, like, usually you're only supposed to use one of those.
Yeah, but I guess Leon was the type of person who's like, hey, if
Leon,
a trainer
Leon wanted a challenge.
Yeah, especially, like, if a trainer manages to get access to all three of these, like, in their team, that is the mark of a great trainer. Because, like, not only are you able to have the, like, skill and the willpower to be able to utilize all of these very, very powerful tools, the fact that your Pokemon are willing to let you use those techniques indicates a lot of trust and a lot of and a lot of, like, care that went into training your Pokemon.
Because I know, at least, I'm not sure as much on the lore of Dynamaxing, but with both Z moves and Mega Evolution, it's, like, made a point that it depends on the trainer's connection with the Pokemon.
Yeah,
it, like, draws from the trainer's energy just as much.
Especially because, like, at least in terms of, like, Mega Evolution, the Pokemon series has made it no secret that Mega Evolution is painful. Like, it is straight up, like, it straight up, like, is very strenuous and even, like, torturous to the Pokemon undergoing it.
So, Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch is not really good with Gengar because it's not a physical attacker.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go with Sucker Punch. Honestly, like, the move we want on him, like...
Shadow Ball.
Yeah, Shadow Ball, and if he's gonna learn a Dark move, Dark Pulse. And even then, like, you don't want Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse in the same team because they kind of have the same coverage.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, like, we're better off with Shadow Ball. And yeah, like, in terms of the Gigantamax bit, I do appreciate the fact that, like, you know, yeah, maybe it doesn't have the same kind of connection between, like, trainer and Pokemon when it comes to that, but Ash worked his butt off to get Gengar to Gigantamax.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole thing between him and, what's the gym leader's name again? The ghost-type gym leader with the mask?
Oh, Alistair.
Alistair, thank you.
I guess I'll do Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to do much against this team, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure Lara L can take whatever's coming.
Yeah.
Like, she's tanky.
Yeah, I'm kind of counting on the Lucario to do some work here.
He's doing work. Thunder Fang!
Yeah, Steelix, that's kind of what's neat about Steelix. It's got an interesting move pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just keep using Dazzling Gleam. You're good. I also like this because, like, if Lara L does get injured, you have Moonlight to back up on.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Lara L's no slouch. And there it is.
Not quite. Alright. Rock Slide, it's fine.
Yeah, that's not doing much. To be fair, Rock Slide should do a lot more than that, but that's getting into semantics.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, all in all, like, I think Ash definitely deserved. Like,
Yeah.
even with that...
It's also because Ash is, like, really well-traveled now, so he had, like, all three different... Like, if Journeys... Sorry, my mind is wandering a little bit, but... One complaint I've heard is that, like, Journeys isn't a very good showcase for Galar, because, like, they didn't spend the whole season there, and Ash doesn't really, like, get a lot of Galar Pokemon or anything.
True.
Because it's much more about them traveling the entire, like, Pokemon world, as we know it. But that is kind of why Ash won, because he's got the experience of all these different journeys he's been on. So, you know, like you said, being able to have Z-moves and Mega Evolution and Dynamax is because he's been all over
He's
the world now, picking up different techniques and, like...
Yeah, like, it's a testament to just how much Ash has grown as a trainer. Especially because, like, you look at him, like, in Generation 1, where he, like, barely, like, knew about the whole thing between, like, the weakness aspect when he was fighting Brock, to now, like... incorporating techniques that, like, even, like, the greatest veteran trainers, like Leon and, Steven and Cynthia didn't even think could, like...
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing with Ash that I actually appreciate, is that he utilizes these techniques that, like, not a lot of people see coming. When he was fighting,
He's an out-of-the-box thinker.
Yeah, when he was fighting, like, Steven's Cradilly, like, say what you will about that fight, mind you, but when he used Electro Web on Cradilly to bind it, that was really clever.
That part was cool. It was really just the final bout Pikachu versus Metagross that I found disappointing. I feel like Ash got that win a bit too easy.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's an item to the north. If you go up there and to the... Yep, there you go. Max Potion. Well, that's always useful.
Yeah. So yeah, good. Just the ending was very cathartic, seeing, like, every Ashmon all in that. Like, even, like, they remembered everybody. Like, Primeape was in that montage.
Yeah.
Larvitar was in there.
Yeah, Larvitar, Primeape,
Ambipom, because he traded his Apom to Dawn for Weasel.
For Weasel,
and then the Apom evolved into Ambipom. Like they're thinking about this stuff.
One thing I would like to see, so there was this one video that Loxton did a little while ago with another YouTuber, I forget, I think it was like, I don't remember his name, but they did a whole video where, like, after the freaking, I want to say the X and Y bit, where, yeah, when, after the X and Y series where he, like, lost to, the guy who used Charizard.
Alphin?
I think so.
Yeah.
But they were like, okay, what if we took all of the Pokemon that Ash has ever had?
Oh, make his ultimate team.
And make his ultimate team. I want to see that again, but this time incorporating Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. Because again, his team in Sword and Shield, in this arc in particular, was stacked.
It's tough because, like, this almost feels like his ultimate team.
It really does. Like, I think the only, like, thing that I can think of that might, like, be a bit of a detriment is, like, having two dragon types, and thus, like, you know, like, ice types or dragon types can, like, spell disaster for you, but he has an answer to those.
Yeah.
Like, despite having two dragon types, he has an answer for, like, a lot of what, like, other trainers can, like...
They're gonna make me fight both of these guys.
Oh, yeah, no, they are.
Nothing we can do.
It's fine, we got this. But yeah, all in all, like, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm honestly kind of looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Because is this supposed to be Ash's, like, last hurrah? Is this, like, where his journey ends for us?
Either way, I don't think it's like we're never gonna see him again. He will at least exist as a character in the Pokemon anime universe.
Probably.
Yeah,
you could probably use Thunderbolt on Pelipper.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I feel like they're probably still gonna have Ash in the next season. Just maybe.
Probably. Like, you wanna know what I would like? Like, he became the world champion, so now I would like to see him, like, maybe tackle something that's not quite a league. Like, what if he, like, set out to encounter, like, you know, all Pokemon and, like, overcome them? Like,
yeah.
You wanna know what I would like to see? What if, like, they did something a la, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and, like, he was like, oh, hey, he became such an amazing trainer, like, becoming one with, like, all the Pokemon he's ever been, that even the god himself would be like, hey, I want to talk to you for a moment.
Oh, like, actually have, like, an Ash
like,
Arceus encounter?
Yeah, something like that. Like, what if, like, Arceus is like, you're the, like, I don't want to call Chosen One syndrome or anything like that.
Because Ash has met Arceus before, but that's in a movie, and I don't know whether or not that's canon.
Yeah, but it's like, what if, like, Arceus, like, had this prophecy, and he chose Ash to see it out?
I don't think I want to teach Nishiki Hydro Pump.
You don't. Waterfall is much better than
It's a good move, but it's...
Yeah, it's inaccurate, and you're not a...
It's a special, which...
Yeah, you're better off with Waterfall.
Yeah.
Again, they could go in a million different directions with
because Go's thing is kind of like Go wants to actually complete the Pokedex, and like his thing with Project Mew is like actually logging Mew into his Pokedex. And they could do a lot more with that idea.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, don't choose Lucario.
I thought about that time when I murked Don's Clefairy.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. Man, you're level 43 with
Darmani.
With Darmani and Lara L.
Yeah. We're gonna have some tough decisions to make with Iris's gym, I think.
With who?
I mean, sorry, with Candace's gym.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, Candace is tough. So, we're gonna have to, like, see where we go from there.
Yeah.
We definitely want an ice move, I think. Unless I'm thinking...
Candace is an ice type.
Yeah, no, not an ice type,
Fire?
No. Again, I gotta look at her team.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I think we're doing pretty well here.
You know that set of ace trainers when we lost Chloe or Stunky?
Yeah, I remember that.
So apparently, according to people in the comments, that pair of trainers is like famously dangerous in Nuzlocke.
Really?
Like that's a really common place to lose somebody.
Oh wow. So yeah, it's kind of like just like
that made me feel a little better.
We were caught off guard there.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because yeah, those trainers were like stacked. Like they had some good Pokemon on their
Gyarados
team.
and Raichu.
So all things considered, like, you know, we're still doing pretty well. Especially considering the like sticking points that we had against Byron and Barry that last during that last encounter.
We've lost 7 Pokemon.
Oh, here we go. I get it now. You're responsible for agitating the Pokemon. I don't care what good reason you may have, but I don't want you bringing any trouble into my mind.
We're Team Galactic. We'll take all the Pokemon we want. Isn't that right, partner?
You said it, brother. So that's what we're gonna do. We're abducting all the Pokemon from this rusted-out Iron Island. To share in all the joys and all the sorrows. That's how all the trainers and Pokemon live in Sinnoh. I won't allow anyone to defy that code of ethics. Come on, Comic. This is one battle we can't lose. He is cool.
He's pretty neat.
I like Riley.
Yeah. It like feels like there's like a lot there. Oh,
okay,
we got
these guys have a full
6v6.
6-on-6, huh?
Yeah, they each have 3, so...
Yeah, right. Still, just the classic Zubats and Glameow, so I don't think we're not gonna have much trouble here. This is one situation I actually would use Thunderbolt, because I have a feeling Lucario is going to use Force Palm on Glameow.
Yes, Quick Claw. I was hoping Quick Claw would...
Yeah, there you go. Nicely done.
So that I could get to the Zubat before Lucario does.
Lara L's putting in work, man. But then again, it's Clefable.
Clefable's a good Pokemon.
Clefable's amazing.
Especially if you can get its hidden ability, Magic Bounce.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. Somebody uses Stealth Rocks on you and you're like, nah, you can keep them.
So here's an interesting question for you, while we're going through this battle. You know how everyone has their favorite Pokemon or favorite, like, you know, like what's your favorite move of every type and whatnot? Here's a question. What ability might you consider your favorite? Like, what's one ability when you see it and you're like, oh, that's awesome?
There's a lot of choices.
There's a lot, yeah.
Because I just mentioned it, Magic Bounce is really cool.
Magic Bounce is really good. I have a couple that I can think of.
Intimidate is great.
Intimidate is just amazing, like, no matter what you say.
Wonder Guard is neat. It's just, you know, it's a gimmick with Shedinja.
Yeah,
but, like...
Wonder Guard is certainly funny. Like,
yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. You know, it's like one of the best abilities ever, but for that reason, it's kept on Shedinja.
Yeah, basically. Like, no, like, you can do some seriously, like, effed up crap. I think there was one, like, instance where I think someone did a strategy with Shedinja and Spiritomb before Spiritomb got the fairy weakness.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, you put Wonder Guard on Spiritomb and suddenly you can't hit it.
Yeah.
Like, that was disgusting. The thing is, like, neither of those Pokemon have, like, skill swap, so you had to, like, do some, like, crazy...
That was also
like,
before Fairy exists.
Yeah.
So now Fairy would still be able to hit it.
Exactly. So, like, you had to do some, like, crazy, like, move-style shenanigans to even make it work. It was unreliable as hell. Like, you don't do it on you don't do it on the norm, but it was something you could do, which was dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. What are some of your favorites?
One that I immediately think of, particularly because you can catch a lot of people off guard with it, is Synchronize.
Oh, yeah.
If I recall correctly, that's one of the abilities that you can do really that Gardevoir made use of, like, because she has access to both Synchronize and Trace, both of which are great.
Stop! I said stop! Your combination is so sick! The both of you and your Pokemon! Let's beat it, partner.
You said it, brother! We don't even know what Team Galactic's big plan is anyway! My god. Thanks, you really helped me out. Listen, I have a Pokemon egg here. Would you take it with you?
Yes.
Thanks. I'd like to show you the Pokemon that hatches from that egg all sorts of new places.
Where do you want to send the egg? I'm gonna add it to my party, actually. I want to start it off, so...
Yeah, do you want to put Darmani back?
Yeah.
Yeah, place the Cherry Berry in your bag.
I'm gonna send it in.
Oh, okay. Just keep it on. Just keep it on him.
Stays on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I skipped
Yeah, you're
some
good.
Riley's dialogue there.
I intend to test my skills in other places from now on. Let's meet again. Take care on your way out. So if I recall correctly, if you go out here, you might be able to find some other items in this place.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and check around, some of which are important, actually.
We're almost at an hour. I think we need to stop.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so let's conclude with Riley. We'll clean this up and maybe start Mount Coronet next time or something. I don't know.
We'll play along with it as we go. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time. This was a lot.
A lot to talk about. A lot of big Pokemon news. There'll be more Pokemon news by the time this episode comes out.
One last thing before we end off, like, just for a little bit of fun in the comments. Those of you who are getting Scarlet and Violet come in next, or, like, you probably already got it by the time this video comes out. Shiny Stone, cool. Who did you choose for your starter? Go ahead down in the comments. Who did you choose for your starter? Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or Quaxley?
Quaxley.
Let us know. Oh gosh.